Hello, beautiful people. I'm your host, Marie. This is the Inside the Curious Minds podcast. And before we proceed on today's episode, I'd like you to subscribe to our channel. For the returning subscribers, please keep on engaging us. Make sure you follow us on our social media handles, that is Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Comment and like our pages so that we may bring you more stuff in the near future. With me today, I have three beautiful people on set here. We have a guest here and two of my co-hosts. So I'd like to introduce our first co-host, then the next, then the guest.
Hi guys, nimesibadilisha jina bado naitwa Michabuni. Thank you for the love. Thank you for everything. Nice. Yeah.
Anita here. Karibuni tena to our podcast. I hope you enjoyed today's episode.
Yeah, hello good people. My name is Kelvin. You can also refer to me as Prince. This has been my family. Yeah, I've just been behind the cameras, but now I'm here so that we can talk one too.
Wow.
Welcome guys.
So karibu Prince.
It's already hot.
Wow, unakuja kwa set na changanya hadi host. Host anasikia joto.
Ni joto, attention jamani.
Wow. Wewe, usikuwa unanitisha mrembo kwa set.
Okay.
Ni nini?
Lakini bro uko sawa. Inaonekana kuna impact.
Yeah.
tu umefika unaongea.
Kaendelea tisha.
What?
They have already been intimidated.
Sure.
So guys, in today's world, you guys know, men out here are being told to man up, to be strong, yet they're suffering emotionally, physically, sometimes financially, and you can't even be allowed to express your emotions or even cry openly. Yet we consider this a man's world. So in today's era, do you still think it's a man's world?
Why should we refer to the world as a man's world?
It's been there.
It's not supposed to be like that. Anyway, that's what everyone wants to perceive. Lakini, it's not really a man's world. Pia sisi wasichana, whatever, tuko na say. So it doesn't make sense that we want to call the world a man's world.
The notion out of it.
No, but I think it's a man's world.
Yeah.
Even
Still
you,
in this era.
Yes.
You
women came from men. You came from us.
That doesn't
It's a man's
is
world.
that the only reason you'd call the world a man's world?
Yeah, because
we
it
came
comes
from you
men.
guys.
Yes.
Can you
No,
describe
please,
the word?
do better.
Can you describe the word woman?
Yes.
Can you describe the word woman?
What do you
Woman.
mean?
A woman is a
man
beautiful is a beautiful being.
Yeah, but it has that man in it.
I
It's a
don't give
man.
it.
That's a
It's a
good way
man's
of
world.
thinking. Why do you think it came from you?
Yeah, because maybe biblically,
Wait.
maybe those who don't buy the biblical thing, but biblically, you guys, you ladies, came from us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How?
that's what.
Oh,
you came from us.
we did not come from you guys.
You were created from us.
No,
My
we
was
were
taken so that you were
created.
created.
And then Arib was taken just to show ndio upewe hiyo ka authority kidogo usikie hivyo. Si ati wacha kutuletea
Usikaiche
siasa.
kautu.
Okay, what do you
No,
understand?
that is now
What
the
do you
man's world.
understand by a man's world?
A man's world.
Uh-huh.
I think when we say a man's world, mostly the world we're living in, I think most of the things, they are being done by men, I think.
But you stand to be corrected.
Yeah, I stand to
Sir,
be corrected.
thanks.
But a man's world simply means, because we are the ones with authority, we are the rulers.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are just everything. We are providers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're the ones who carry the blessings. You know that? No.
Boni.
I want to tell
We are the
you.
ones who carry
No,
the
traditional.
generations.
Not traditional.
Kwani we can ask
Not
what do
traditional.
we do? If
Anita.
you guys carry the generations.
Sikiza.
Unajua mnapenda kunifanya nisikie vibaya nini?
Unaona traditions. Ni huyo mzee ako na baraka ya watoto.
Hata mimi niko na baraka ya watoto wa kwetu.
But it is not equivalent to the man's.
What do you mean?
That's why
these people be thinking.
No. Look at the notion of kukendo rurashio. Wanaendaga kuona kina nani?
Wazazi wa mama.
Wazazi wa mama. Nani wanakuwaga main? Stereo ni nani hapa kwa story?
No, that's just something they do. It's some like it doesn't kwanza kama ni hivyo tunaangalia inamaanisha sisi ndio trophies. Because sisi ndio mna worship, sisi ndio
unajua nyinyi kwa trophies.
Nyinyi
kwa trophies hatujakata. Unaona sisi as men hatujai refuse nyinyi msikue trophies. Si hatuna ubaya, hatuna wivu. Nyinyi ni trophies, but nyinyi ni trophies zetu, unaona? Nyinyi ni trophies zetu.
You want me to say
we all
you are our trophies.
I'm starting to believe these structures were put in place by men specifically, who are before us, for them to get favors and take all the good things in this world. Like, it was just like, you tricked us into believing you guys should be treated a certain way. Because nowadays, you find us doing almost... ladies are smarter out here than most of the men.
Exactly.
No,
whatever it is that this men are doing,
we
are equally doing them.
Nimekuwa tu nikilias niulize hii swali.
Uliza.
Wewe umeona mama mgani anashona viatu?
Ai.
It is there. You just
have brands,
Yeah.
Brands that are
started by
places that we can't mention them.
That's just a pick up line ya kuhakikisha mambo iko sawa. At least
but
now I know.
kushona viatu is a skill that I can learn. That shouldn't make you greater than me. What do you mean?
But let's say this. Me I believe.
Unaona wasichana kwa mjengo?
Ni sawa wako. No, as much as wako kwa mjengo, as much as wako kwa mjengo, they don't do as much as mwanaume anafanya.
They do equally much. It's just that you guys don't want to. You don't want to.
Unaweza beba simiti 3.
Sinaweza, it's just that sijaenda gym vizuri, but naweza beba simiti
nikienda gym.
Ngapi?
3. Wewe kama wewe unaweza, wewe mbona kama unaweza wote.
Actually, I don't think conversation around men and women should be about struggles, the energy levels and powers and meaning. We need to understand that men should you should stick in your line by not intimidating women. You just stay in your life, we stay in ours, but si ati junaweza beba mzigo kubwa, unafaa kubeba mzigo kubwa. Just empower women as much as they empower you guys.
They have to respect the fact that we have things we do that you guys also cannot do. So let us just
can you carry a pregnancy? Can you carry a pregnancy?
Ubeba mimba.
Yani Mungu aliyokupigia chini kwa
exactly.
That's the only
thing with us. Without us, you cannot.
The only thing that women wanataka take credit sana ati like mnafanya ni hiyo tu mimba kubeba mimba.
You think it's easy?
What else do we do? Do you want me to tell you what we do?
Kevo,
you guys say you are the...
I can cook, I can do all these other things.
Yeah.
Naweza lea.
Sawa. But why is it that when we are trying to glorify the things that we can do, you guys feel like we are trying to attack you guys that there are things you cannot. What we are trying to uplift the girl child, and it's okay. Uplifting the girl child doesn't make it wrong ati sasa we are against the men.
Hata sisi tukiuplift boy child, we are not against you guys.
You are against that?
No, we are not against, because it's high time now we call a spade a spade. It's time to call a shot. Hebu angalia ni shughuli ngapi ziko funded za ku empower girl child. What about the boy child?
What is wrong with empowering girl child?
It's nothing wrong.
Nimekuja sana. Hadi mnaingia kwa space yetu. The problem with women, when you are empowered, sasa you need to empowered in that you be like a man, no?
No. We don't want to
just
be men.
Be
we just want to be equally appreciated.
Like
and
men.
It's okay.
Like men.
Why do you think
should
the
you?
empowerment?
Because
where did the empowerment originate from? Like, what made people start thinking women actually need help and we need to support them for them to exist in this society?
It's the things that these people had put in place at a man has to do this. If chances were given for a man and a lady to go to school, then a man should be given the first priorities. Those are the things that are happening in Kitambo. Now, a woman doesn't have a say. Those are the things that triggered women into trying to find ways to empower their own, because men had done things to make us look irrelevant.
Okay, now let me ask you a question. Hiyo time unasema like women walikuwa wako empowered, but were they living? Women were there.
They were there. But they were not living
they were just
as comfortable as they are living now.
What if they were living comfortable? It's just the notion that you are being told they were not living comfortable.
They
I think
were
they
not
were very
living
comfortable.
Let me explain to you one thing.
They were contented because
let me tell you one thing.
They had
Okay, let's hear his point.
Vitu walikuwa wanafanya nasema, vitu walikuwa wanafanya ni vile vitu za home. Like a lady, wewe ungekaa hapo, wewe ulelewe, wewe tulia hapo tukutafutie mzee, wewe uzae, wewe lea boma mzee atoke, aende atafute arudi, wewe ukule.
Akuja nipige.
No, kukupiga sasa hiyo ni about a man.
Whether you know I was
And what's wrong with that?
Kupiga bibi?
No, like sorry.
Piga bibi like kupiga hiyo na decide a man. But si ati sasa what should I say? Even I don't know.
Before we digress from that point, let me ask you. Okay, well, you know, women and men, we can't be the same.
Yeah.
Physically, we were created differently.
Sure.
But you find most of the people who started empowering women because of the things women were going through and no one was caring. You find the way you hear women say, you know how to carry a pregnancy, pregnancy. With pregnancy, first of all, for every pregnancy, a woman risks their life. You know that, right? With every pregnancy comes complications.
It's a matter of death.
No.
Wait I finish.
It's true.
Wait I finish your counter.
Just a minute.
It's a risk.
Okay.
You can die. You can come out alive.
Sure.
Women have died actually giving birth. You get complications. There are people who get fistula. There are people who get other complications after giving birth. There are people who get hemorrhoids or you lose a lot of blood. Some of them die also. There is menstrual health. You find ladies can't get access to basic needs like sanitary towels. They're supposed to be in schools with the same men who don't understand how it feels to
have sanitary towels.
Exactly.
A man doesn't really have to be worried about that.
And
why would I try to make you feel like this girl is having a problem? And it's okay for me to make her feel comfortable about it. When I'm addressing this, you that doesn't have anything to worry about in that class, why are you feeling bad? Why are you feeling like I'm just doing things for the ladies? What should I do for you?
And that was the origin of liberation of women. That's where we started. That's where we started. That's where we started telling women. That's where people started empowering women. It didn't come from we are competing with men or nini. It's just that we didn't have the equal chances. Over to you, Bonnie.
We'll say this. We appreciate that it's high time that we were empowered. That it was the right thing to do. Because you also have we have an equal chance. There's the dignity of life. You should live in a dignified manner. Mm-hmm. But also, it's now high time we discuss about, to empower girl child. What about the boy child?
Find your things, do your things, empower the boy child.
No.
Don't make it like empowering girl child is something you shouldn't do.
I want you to understand the fact that I don't want you to distance yourself from this.
Okay.
You should be at the center of this. Ask me why. Tomorrow you'll become a mom. What about your son?
I'm empowering him as a man, but that doesn't make it wrong for me to empower the women.
And I also agree, but it is high time.
Do you
know how many foundations are working to empower the young girls? Do you know how
many? I don't know why.
How many of them are working to do the same to the boy child?
Only the foundations empowering boy child.
But how many are they?
There are very few.
There are very few, yes, but men have been empowered ever since.
No.
By who?
No.
You guys naturally see.
Yeah.
You've just said it's a man's work.
You find in a home
you can simply just say also men don't need empowerment.
Exactly.
I'm not saying men don't need empowerment.
You say something
but you find a father when he's in a homestead, he empowers the boys by making sure the boys go to school, by making sure the boys inherit their land, by making sure the boys are being brought for wives. Yet on the other hand, the girls were just there. If you're married, it's okay. If you're not married, it's okay. If you have money, it's okay. If you don't have inheritance, it's okay. So for you, I think it's something that has happened before. And for you to empower men, you need to be open. If you find a gap in a man's space, you need to speak up about it and say this is what we need to do, this and this and this. Don't accuse those people empowering women for your own mistakes.
Yeah, like generally, we're trying to just say feminists are not against men.
Actually,
What
they're
are they?
empowering themselves. It's not usually about
Sawa.
men.
I want you
men
guys.
versus
I want
women.
to pop up a question.
Ask the question.
Yes.
I guess 1 week ago,
Mm-hmm.
it was International Day for the Boy Child.
Okay.
How many of you had a clue of it?
I did have a.
I did.
You had?
I did not have a.
I
I did not have a clue.
No.
Wait. Let me talk about it.
That is the basis to my discussion.
Okay.
Let me finish.
But finish. But then me, I have a point.
Okay.
To yeah.
You are going to.
Gen Z.
You are next. Very many people don't appreciate such things, and if they appreciate, do you know? Kevon unajua kwa birthday yako, utapeleka mama out na birthday ni yako.
Sinakuwa
Vile inafaa.
Sikia.
Angalia.
Vile inafaa. Nimekubalia socks. Nimekubalia socks. Is it not okay for you to just take me out?
But it's my birthday.
Your birthday.
I want you to enjoy your birthday in my presence, darling.
No, why don't you take the initiative of treating that man?
But me,
what's wrong with that?
I can't.
But you know he's my man.
Can you treat him?
I already treated him. Socks ni kitu ya kukataa kunyima mwanaume.
So not socks.
Si nimekubaia, I just treated you.
Imagine mtu wangu unabaiwa socks.
Na tie.
Unapelekwa Maldives.
Nakubaia tie boxer.
5k umeenda unamwaga Maldives 100 and something. Lakini unajua ni kwa nini? Ni kwa sababu tumefika notion ya kila mtu anaangalia. Hata sisi wanaume, most of them tunaangalia how we can empower girl child. And it's high time. Hatutaki to compete. Ya girl child wate iendelee. Such foundations we support them. No. Yeah, we are a very endangered species.
Hata usishike
not you.
Sisi pia. We are very endangered.
Have you ever heard of a man being
You know why?
raped? Sodomized. Exactly.
Okay.
By your own. You guys are big.
Rep men.
Even women.
It happens.
I've heard of a case ya watchman alikufa kwa sababu ya kuwa raped na 8 girls in Nakuru. I will not even mention this part. Yeah.
Okay,
and it was on
how can you die?
I don't refuse.
What? Okay, like I want to get the scenario. What happened? I don't know. How can it? Unless they killed him.
No,
they raped him until he died.
How is that possible?
No. I want to give you the scientific view.
The process is
I want to give you the scientific view of it. It's just that nguvu za huyu jamaa zilipita mipaka. That guy bled to ali bleed akafariki.
That's so sorry.
So unaona such things are not appreciated. But for a girl, let me tell you, Kevo size.
If that happens.
Who's a dame? Who's a two dame? Wewe enda police station. Enda police station. Atapewa yes, nani. Gari inawekwa mafuta. Wewe enda police station uko na alama ya panga hivi. Wanakwambiaje? Wanakwambiaje Kevo? Wewe wanakwambiaje?
But this goes back, hear me out. This goes back to how I started the discussion.
Yeah.
When I was saying that we are not the same. As much as some men have been unfortunately, let's say wamekuwa brutalized by women. When you look at the statistics, you'll find that us women, physically the way we are built, we can't fight you men. So napata we are more of your victims than you are of our victims.
It's good.
But thank God for this.
So she's saying this because I want to interject and give something. Give a very awesome.
It's good after he.
No. You're getting me wrong.
Yeah, they are weak.
Don't say that. You're going to need.
So what I'm trying to say is, as much as things happen in this world, we have systems that are actually working. You can't tell me in this era, today, I can do something to you, born me. And there is evidence that I actually did that. And it's nice.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. Unajua kwa nini nataka kutoki hiyo evidence? And hiyo statistics hazitoki the actual figures. It's because we tend to mwanaume akifanywa kitu hiyo maneno inaisha. Inasemekana wewe ni mwanaume.
And how is that our problem?
That is the problem.
Whose fault is it? It is
why did you not do it?
Wewe mwenyewe umesema
authorities
we are built differently. But I want to ask you something. Biologically. Nikikata na panga mkono itakatika. What else are we discussing?
The problem is you just said what he has said is they let it slide. Why are you letting it slide? You go to this place, you feel like you're not helped. Go to the next person and get yourself a lawyer. You are letting it slide and then you want to blame it on us. Seriously?
Do you know why that happens? It's because unajua kama saizi reporting a case of defilement for a girl, that is something that has been empowered in such a manner that at a chief ako on toes in such a manner and address it. But for a boy child inakaa kama first and foremost sisi wanaume sisi wenyewe hatujiappreciate kwa sababu kitu moja, these things have not been put to system. There is no that push, that intense push for girl child. Kila kitu TV inasema, radio inasema,
you have to work on it, right, you guys.
And now
work on it.
And I'm also saying this is the time to do that. It's time for revolution for that.
My problem with that empowerment of women number one, when you empower a woman, ukiangalia even the generation we are living in, na sasa ukiangalia ma Gen Z, when empower a woman, kuna kitu mnaleta pride. Most of the women you come with pride. Now I'm on the same level as this man. This man cannot tell me anything. That's the only problem I have with empowering women. So when you're being empowered now, you want now to say that you Anita, now you can stay alone. I don't need a man. You see?
But I can't stay alone. What's wrong with just allowing myself to stay alone?
No,
it's my preference. I can stay alone.
Problem, and that is the problem now. You can stay alone. You can stay alone, but can you give birth alone?
But I can get myself 2 babies. I can go donate.
It's possible in this.
I can just go get a surrogate, make them make a baby.
Empowerment. Like say you be that way.
You can
do what you want
for the rest of your
life. You can do without men now.
We can do without men and that's okay. We can do with men and that's okay.
It's okay.
I want to ask her a question. Unaona hiyo ndio sema hiyo tube baby. What fertilizes the egg? Make me understand that. YouTube baby ndio itengenezeke.
I buy the sperm
from
zimetoka wapi?
Kwa mwanaume sikatai.
Tulia basi. You equally need that man.
I have
physically
not said,
or even in absentia.
I have not said. So I have not said. I don't. I have just said I don't need the man to be in my life. Can I just get that egg from some stranger out there?
But it's fertilize.
He is a man, but not in my life. So get it.
You want to be, if we get children out of the equation, then men and women can exist away from each other. For example, for those people who want to be child free, they cease.
The problem with women, sisi wanaume, I don't think kuna point tunafikanga tunasema like without women.
You guys are doing it. No, have you not seen men marrying men?
Anita,
we don't problema tusema
kwa mabeste zako.
Unapenda
wapana si hivyo kwa mabeste zako. Kama mimi Boni, kama mimi the corporate world. Not having a woman. Unajua ni dem tu akona ile capability ya think fast ya kumix and match. Unajua unaweza songea hivi kievo umevaa uko sawa. Dem anakuambia hapana, toa uvae shati na hivi. Do you know that?
Yeah.
But we equally need you guys.
Yeah. Let's see what we can live without women.
No, we can't.
Even though tunajua like nyinyi mostly hata kwanza nyinyi ndio mnakuanga on the round.
You know, I met someone today. I met, we were having
a kwanza mnafaa mpoe guided, unaona? Ndio maana you need to be under a man.
That's why you are a woman. Hold on that
thought. Most of the times women nyinyi mnafaa.
Hold on that thought,
alafu kwanza nyinyi mnakuwa tempted easily. Is it mnadanganya? Between a man and a woman, who can be tempted? Nani anaweza kuwa temptation? Any temptation, any physical, emotional, spiritual.
You have to give me an example. I'm down. I can't read between the lines. Tell me that temptation first.
In history, in
biblical view. Today you're just using the Bible.
Yeah, man.
That's the only place you cannot criticize. Like it's okay. Same.
Yeah. Kwa maandiko inasema hivi.
Yasema
who brought sin into the world?
Trouble.
Yeah.
Don't bring that point of Eve means evil.
You see already. Now you know. You appreciate that. Ni yeye. And let me tell you for one thing. Unaona hata dem mkikuwa na grudge kevo wewe na dem. Wewe sema mimi na wewe tuko na grudge. Wewe na dem. Dem akiamua kujilipishia. hata shetani ana sit back anasema hapa.
I just said we are smart. That's
Not smart. These guys are very
so they can hear.
Very evil.
Very wicked.
Not
Why
even
would you
wicked.
say women are wicked?
Evil.
But
Unajua like,
you guys
imagine nyinyi mko wicked but sisi wanaume bado tunaishi tu na nyinyi. Yaani tumewakubali tu.
hatuko wicked. What do you mean we are
You guys-
wicked? Women are soft beings.
Soft beings.
We are nice people.
But
Yes,
mkose.
always-
Mkose.
Tunawafikiria.
Yeah,
We're
well,
passionate.
yeah, that's well. No, I'm not wicked. I've been nice all this while. I've been nice all this while, and then you come to trigger my uzuri. You become wicked, and then now when I react to your wickedness, you say sasa umeanza kunita
Exactly.
evil.
No.
Seriously, I was
But the
just
things you
chilling.
do.
Unanikosea juu ya
The
nini?
things you do. The things you do over and over again to provoke a woman.
Exactly. Do you know how many times women would forgive the same mistake? Ask a man if they forgive their women for cheating. Today, you find your woman cheating. Would you forgive them?
No.
How many times have women looked at their men and then they've seen them cheat several times and they forgave them?
Until they
Because we are
Don't you
men.
think-
Because I'm just a man.
What's being just a man?
Do you know?
Woman.
Do you know
Oh,
the
that's
weakness?
not-
Okay,
The
what?
weakness.
Can you have 3 husbands?
Kevo, let
I
me
can
ask
have
you.
3 husbands.
How?
Kevo,
No.
let me
Have you
ask
not-
It's
you.
applicable.
It's applicable.
Kwa Biblia,
Where?
kwa
If you
Biblia.
Hata kazi kwa Biblia.
Nataka tu niko
Wacha
maandiko.
mambo ya maandiko.
Eh.
If you guys
Cannot.
can have 3 women, what makes you think for us it's not a possible thing?
It's
I
not
can
possible.
also be the
Yes,
dominant. I can
No,
also be the dominant guy.
That cannot.
On that note, Kevo, do you think that men dominate most power structures? And is it right even to let them do that? Ama we should have equal shares?
It's very right, 100%. Men need to dominate.
Yeah.
Men need to dominate everything. We need to dominate starting from our houses. Because we start from the house, then we go out to churches, to governments. We need to dominate.
But I'm
And thank
lucky
you for that.
and I'm happy.
You're lucky.
You are happy.
I'm happy that yes, we are lucky that now everyone appreciates that women can also lead, and we have been given chances to lead.
Yeah.
Do you know even in some households, the woman happens to be the head of the family somehow?
How?
Yeah. Because they are the providers. They are the man is the one who's in the house taking care of the kid, and the woman is going out to work.
That's why we have said it's high time to call for empowerment of the boy child. Because huyu kijana akikuwa empowered, unajua kwa nini? Utapata dem alisoma, ameoa, dem ameolewa na jamaa hajasoma. Dem ako kwa corporate world, jamaa ako tu hivi. Ndio maana
Mbona jamaa hajasoma and education
Kwa sababu kitu moja,
is mandatory.
it's mandatory, but appreciate the fact that kama hakukuwa na the chance. Do you know that
Nani
Chance
alimnyima
gani?
chance?
Na watu wanasomeshwa
Nani alimnyima
bure.
sawa, watu wanasomeshwa bure, but let's talk the
Nani
truth.
alimnyima chance?
Haya, umeenda umesoma primary bure, secondary bure.
Yeah.
University gani iko bure?
See, the same challenge.
Nipewe
Wasichana
university
wagani
gani?
wako huku nje wenye pia hawajasoma because they're facing the same challenges the boy child is
Ni
facing.
sawa. I am saying this, ni kweli hizo challenges ziko to both genders, but it's high time. Unaona venye tuna empower ati mpaka wasichana wanapelekwa university. Sawa. They are
Hata wanaume
sawa, but they are not equal chances.
May I want to agree with one point in Anita amesema. You know,
Finally.
even in our houses, okay.
Yeah.
Kuna zile houses zenye unapata yes the man is there but everything vitu mingi hata tumeona home zinafanywa na nani? Na the woman. Yeye ndiye anafanya some decisions pale home. But coming now to like zile decision crucial like mwenye anafaa peane, it's just the man.
Yeah.
Na
But
mimi
if you don't
isifika ati nyumba ati yangu sasa ati mimi niweze kuambia no you don't need to buy that chair you need
No.
like you
ni mambo yako.
you do your thing.
Yeah.
You do your thing. But me
You
I'm there.
guys.
Me I'm the king, unaona? Si ati sana nafanya niweze kuja hapa ati nikwambia ati kujafanya. Mimi nimekuja mimi nimetulia mimi mwanaume unaona? Wewe ni serve. You do everything. Wewe hata in a way wewe ka wewe ndio head.
Yeah.
But mimi nimetulia tu. Lakini
I only
ninakohoa ni hivyo.
I only
They only
give
give
advice.
orders. They only give orders.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
So
on
hiyo
your
haina
house.
shida, hiyo haina
That's in
shida.
your house.
And that one goes also.
Okay,
Ndio
let
maana
me
unauliza.
ask.
That also
The question
goes down
is
to churches.
Inaenda paka kwa churches ndio muulize hiyo question even in government to rule it's just the same the same. Unaweza pata hata kama prezo Ruto si unaona akifika huku nje lakini akifika kwa house nini
Let me ask you.
ametulia unaona so men I think men to CC men we are priceless.
Let me ask you, Kevin.
We are the table.
Sijui kama mnaona.
Hey!
Kama mnaona the trend. Sijui kama mnaona unaona the trends in today's world. Have you noticed in corporate sana kuna some women-led organization ama women-led
so many
zenye unapata they intentionally choose women to be leaders. Intentionally because women are proving to perform better
than men
in leading position, and it's a trend that is coming and watch us come, because if you don't like watch out,
man tell them to their face.
Let her finish. Wacha malizie kwa sababu nataka nipe jibu.
Unaona sasa vile mnakaa.
Unaona venye amesema it's a trend.
Ngoja tusikie.
Do you know what's the meaning of a trend? It's something that coexists for a while and
yeah, because unaona vile unasema tu mnakaa. Hivyo vile mnakaa hivyo vile mnakaa. Nyinyi ndio mnaenda kwa downfall yetu sasa.
Yeah.
Vile mnaforce hivyo women wakama tunataka mko hapa up front mko mbele. You want to
you guys find a way of blaming women for
everything. You are never even blame women.
Ati we are women will always fail. What I'm trying to tell you guys.
Mlisema hapo hivyo. Nyinyi like mlisema hiyo stories za shule nini mna periods and all those things. They are there. So sometimes women wao mnakuwa led na moods. Ndio?
Yeah, of course. The same thing you guys.
Nyinyi mko na moods.
Hata wanaume kuna wanaume wanakuwa led na moods.
So for example, if a woman can be the head
from such allegations
of maybe a country, like say maybe superpower like America iko ruled by a woman. Alafu sasa ameamka hivi, Russia sijui amepiga war ama nini, some wars are going somewhere, Russia wanasumbua Iraq nini. Wewe anaamka na vile aseme bomb them.
Imagine you should appreciate the fact that now that we know we are in control. Kitambo walikuwa wanasuppressiwa kuongea. So, now if I act up, I know why I'm acting up. Kumaanisha women in leadership position, they will know and they have advisors and they have some people who like control
what they need
what
to
they say.
You are like leo kuna mzee
juzi kwa pale X nikaona it and people are calling out for the seats of women reps. And they are really saying that.
Actually, mimi in 2027.
Mimi nataka niseme venye watu wanasema ground. Very many people of them wanasema they have not felt the pinch. You see, as devolution came, the seat of women repiliekwa pale purposely to empower women. But wao wenyewe wana feel. Wewe maybe what's your view on that?
My view on
like in empower individuals.
To be honest,
inasaidiaje?
To be honest, I think the women's seat, whoever thought of it, was creative. Alikuwa anataka kuliberate women from the sufferings because alikuwa anaona pain yetu. But then we have people who have personal. That's a personal. Let me say, how do I put it? That's a personal choice. If you are given a docket like an MP, the same way a male MP will squander money is the same way a female women rep will squander money.
Let me interrupt
and fail to support the people
that are supposed to interrupt kidogo nikuulize kitu moja. Purposely hiyo kiti ya women rep iliekwa hapo purposely
for the girl child.
But very many people, mimi niliona X, very many people are into let's scrap off this kwa sababu it doesn't have that materialistic impact.
It does. It's just that it does. It's just that you see when they are put there, most of the time if you realize the trend is a woman that has been kept in some position like that. See wanachaguliwa. They are just someone will just choose their side chick or they put someone there just because it's family. Like they have not put them there. You don't like. I wish it was like the public that's voting.
But male politicians have failed as equally. Why are you on women politicians?
No. I just thought of bringing that up. Some million Alex. Very many people are into let's scrap off this seat because it's not beneficial. It's just a burden to our.
It is beneficial.
You know what
give us a chance. And
what I think, and also maybe Luize Mary, umesema hapo like hizi vitu zilikuja like tuna empower girl child because men walikuwa na feel wako suppressed, ndio. But the bottom line is I think when I struggle to have money, pesa wa men tuna spend wapi? Where do we spend our money?
Where you should spend it on us,
just
your
to
children.
Not
ladies. Your children is not
to women.
Not women.
Not women generally.
You might have a household where you guys are 7 men and 1 lady. The lady literally gave birth to 6 Men. So when you spend your money in this household, are you really spending on women?
No.
I also want to.
Ni wacha nikwambie. Unaona pesa mingi yenye mwanaume anaona.
Usiangalie tu perspective ya immediate family.
Ngoja
tuna support hata extended family.
Tunajaribu kumwambia hata si extended.
We do.
Hata women. Unaona watu wana supporting home sana si wanaume. Ni men. Mimi pesa yangu yenye naunda utapata hata kwetu maybe sitajenga rais. Lakini utapata dem ndo anakumbukanga hata kwa anafaa kumbuke kwetu na akumbuke pia kwao. Lakini mimi pesa yangu ni ya kwangu, ni ya watoto wangu na huyo mwanamke, unaona? Utapata kwetu hata kufanya kitu. So ndo nasema tukiempower men more, all our money si kitu zetu tunafanya, tunatafuta do everything. It's just for you.
It's not for us. It's not for us because you also have your own needs. It's just that you don't want to shout them out.
Our needs like what?
You guys want to drive expensive cars.
With who inside? With who inside? Will I drive alone?
Obviously. How many times does a man carry their wives to go around? Ati leo nasikia tu kwenda na deni yangu wongo.
We do.
Once in a while. That is why you hear. That is why you hear I'm taking my girl out. It's not like I'll always go out with my girlfriend. I don't know if you're getting the point.
Yeah, I'm fine kutana mmevurana hizo.
So unasikia? It's for your convenience. Will you buy a car? You walk to work and you give your woman the car so that she drives to work. Would you do that?
No, I'll take her to work and go to me.
Exactly. And if something happened today, you are getting late and she be like, you just use the matatu, I'll use the car instead. Would you let her?
Yeah, why not? I can let her. Why not?
How many? I can,
yeah.
It's not like that.
So you can. There's no sort of, not just if kama familia ama kama mimi Boni I've gotten the chance ama Mungu amenibariki nimenunua hiyo gari. I guess that is over. Hiyo gari kwa hapo kutuserve sisi as a family.
Yeah.
If convenience here, mama it's of essence. Yeah. Let's say I work 500 meters from my home. Mama na work 3 kilometers. Doesn't make sense ati nipeleke nirudi. Na mpia gari mimi na walk.
Are you sure that how many people do that? People are doing that.
Speaking of
how
this,
many people are doing
let
that?
Me ask you a question, you
I know very many people are doing that.
Let me ask you something, you guys. So, with feminism thing going on, do you guys feel the impact in your households, like with the changing gender roles, now that feminism has become something that every woman has embraced, or most of the women have embraced?
To me, first I'll speak, and this is my point of view. Mimi, when it gets to my era, get married and bring someone home, first and foremost, we need to have an open discussion. We are adults. We need to agree on some things.
I hope it's not the 50-50 budget.
Mr. K of 50-50.
Okay.
I'll do the 100.
Okay.
I'll do
up to her standards.
Yeah, I'll do the 100. That's why I'm working. I'll do the
100.
What I want is respect. My kids to be brought up. I want also peace. It's so unfortunate that you say mimi nimetoka Friday, nimechukua gari, naenda kupata na vijana today to speak over 1 to 3 days. Pia uniambie unatoka. That's why someone came up and said, peleka mtoto wako kanisa akiwa mtoto. Ndio hata siku yenye atakuwa mkubwa, atabaki kwa hiyo imani. Me, the way I was brought up.
Okay,
I want
to get your point.
I want to say
you are talking on going out with the guys and then you don't want mama to go out.
Mimi sijamkataza
you're equally a parent.
Why should she?
Sijamkataza
once in a while.
You're providing.
It doesn't make sense.
You just
okay, like give me a break. Wait.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Ukiniambia siusikia hata mnipe hata chance mnaniua.
Ati sisi wote
tuko the same. Ni hivi nasema. See, today you have gone out with the boys. I have taken care of the kids, okay? Next time, my girls have called me out. Yeah. It's not like I'm trying to compete. I'm just also trying to live.
It should not
so
be
my friends,
like a schedule.
Yeah, but if the time I want to have time with my friends, let you usikue na vikwazo ati no, you cannot go because you have to stay with the kids. Please, I stayed with the kids when you needed me to do that.
But
when I need to, I respect you.
So if I tell you not to go, will you go?
Why are you not letting me?
Why are you not letting me go? So that you say, so that they point
very many reasons.
so that you point fingers at nyinyi mwache hata nimalize.
Nataka out yenyewe anasema. Mimi najua Alita anarifaa.
Si rifaa.
Alita anamaanisha. Next weekend by default.
Sio hivyo nasema. Naenda kurombo sema dem hakuna shida na dem mwenzangu na naenda
na nikikwambia
wewe ukiendaga kurombo sema wewe tumekukasirikia.
No, wewe amesema tunaenda na boys. Boys hatuwezi rombo.
Sikiza.
Na sisi tunaromboseana na girls.
Aje.
Shida ni gani?
Kama sitaki sasa.
That is
bwana utaki basi mimi sitaki uende pia na the boys.
I want to understand. Let me hear him out. Wacha nimemkalisha. Let me hear him out. So you want to tell me you have this lady in your house. Amefanya kila kitu unataka sasa. And then anataka kwenda out on a weekend. And
with the girls.
No.
And you're saying no.
The girls are bad company.
No, that
what if your wife is the bad company?
Sasa si unaona hata nitakuwa nimesaidia wale wengine. Abaki tu hapa na hii bad company. Wewe baki tu unaenda wapi?
Okay, lakini why would you want someone not to live their life just because they are your wife?
I think hapo ndio mnaenda wrong. I think when I marry you to like ati you are living your life. No.
That's okay, yes.
It's our life.
It's and our
the
life.
Point remains I'm the head.
You are
if
the
I
head.
tell you not to go. Ndio Boni alisema.
Ask that question again and you guys don't interrupt.
The first thing, a woman come in and provide, sindio? Wewe ni respect.
Nikikwambia
no.
Sikatai. My love, I have respected you.
Yeah.
But now, I have asked you, I want to go out. You have said no. I want to know why you are saying no. You don't have a valid reason. So I tell you, your reason doesn't sound like it's valid now.
So you are going?
I'm going. Because I have given you reasons why I need to go out. I need to go like clear my mind. I need to go have hostage. Just because I'm your wife. I can't live life like I used to live when you were not around.
Anita,
like,
I appreciate
you just don't want to understand.
That's a hostage situation.
Anita,
you just can't.
I am the one who brought up that topic. I understand that you need breaks. You need some time out.
Yeah.
But as for me, my greatest concern is one thing. Very many, let's say, girls, let me frame it that way. They even have the courage to tell you, mimi naenda out, wacha watoto wabaki na mimi.
But si kuna house girl, si tu angalia watoto for the night.
There's no need for you to be in the bigger picture.
Kwanza sikia anasema
ukitaja house girl, wewe enda nibaki na wao.
The night of the day.
No, ukitaja house girl, wacha wewe uende. Yes, ndio more responsible. Wacha yeye abaki.
Unanovia house girl unaanza kuniambia nini?
No.
Kama unataka house girl, you wanted to house girl.
You inamaanisha you wanted to all the time. That's just an excuse. If you want the house girl, go for the house girl.
Unless,
but don't bring it up as an excuse.
Unless the man who was married you is a puny. Me, I'm not allowed. Kwanza uniambia at the night, that you're going out with the girls at night. Why not dating?
Really?
Unaenda kufanya nini night?
Kukula dinner.
Mimi nipigwa baridi hapa hivi
tunaenda. Unapigwa baridi nini? Kwani wewe unaenda watch
a man's world.
It is a man's world.
It needs to be that.
You need to understand, not everything you say is the gospel truth. We are also struggling with things. And we are not going to conform to the patriarchal
whatever
norms zenye mlieka kitambo in your favor.
Not in our favor.
We are not going to conform.
You guys appreciate the
fact. You
fact.
can't tell me someone has gone to school like you, has grown up in the same state as you.
Okay.
Is working the same job as you. Okay. Is bringing almost the same amount of money as you.
Okay.
And then she gives birth to your kids. We are both parents in this household. And then you want to tell me I can't live whenever I want just because I have hands
or I have your kids.
That's why nilianza kwa kusema Kevata nikuinterrupt. Nilianza kwa kusema azamani first and foremost mimi I will desire and admire. I provide 100%. If it's your career, mimi mwenye nitaoa.
So you want to lock someone out by providing.
Okay, so mwenye nitaoa lazima kuwa intellectually smart.
Why will you need an intellectually smart?
Kama anataka kupractice, kama anataka kupractice,
trophies in the house.
Kama anataka kupractice Kenya amesoma. Let's say a good example. Yeye ni accountant. kama atapata kazi accountant, let her be. Lakini I want my kids to be. Do you guys appreciate 80% of your character and behavior is influenced by your mom?
Very true.
Do you?
It's true.
Do you know those people who are brought up in the absence of their mom? They always have something weird.
That is wrong. That is so wrong. That is what you've told yourself.
Not told
I've
myself.
seen people being brought up.
Go out there, look for statistics.
Who are dead at a younger age.
I'm just...
And
that the same way they're single mothers, they're single dads. And they are very... There are people that have been
that one is a bias.
Ndio maana mimi nasema hivi. Mimi kwa sababu mama ya watoto wako present. Let my kids not feel the
But you can't want all that in one place. If you want someone you can control, you need to look for someone of that level. Like someone you can provide for, someone who can agree to that way of living. Someone who has no interest of going out. Yes.
Do you know how bad they treat you when they know there's nothing you bring to the table? I provide everything. So why would you want to have a say in this household? I want to have a say. That's why I'm going out and working. Because I also want to make decisions. I also need to have a say. I don't want you to sit on my head and be like,
Let me ask you.
Nini?
Okay, you umesema your point. You want to go out, wewe una provide, okay, tunaleta, sio? Okay. Now the bottom line is wewe ni bibi ama wewe si bibi?
Mimi ni bibi na wewe ni bwana ama wewe si bwana?
Yeah, sasa hii mwili yako ni mwili yangu, si ndio?
So what are you saying?
Yeah, because you are my wife, si ndio?
And you are my husband.
We are one, si ndio?
Thank you.
We are one.
You're equally my husband.
Yeah.
You tell them.
We are one, si ndio? So when we are one, ndio nakwambia. Mimi hata hiyo point ya kwenda out sina problem. But mimi naweza allow a woman kwenda out daytime. But kuniambia atinatoka kwenda kuhang out na girls usiku. To me that one, it cannot happen. That is a no. I will tell you a no.
That is a personal bias.
Go and never come back.
And make sure
it's okay to go. You see why? You see why they want to do that? So that because I'm going out
at night.
What's the difference of going out in the day and during the night? During the day I go to work, bro. So at night I want to go and have to, because during the day I also do
work
to have fun.
That's at night.
Yeah.
No, let me tell you, Mimi.
We have decided we are going for a spa date and it's in the night and that's okay. Tunaenda ku exfoliate leo usiku na ni sawa, bro.
Okay, for your wife is working a 9 to 5.
Exfoliate kwa nyumba aje na tunataka nani?
Your wife is working 6 days a week, 9 to 5. You want her to go out on during the daytime.
Sunday, maybe kama wenye wanaenda church maybe Sunday aende saa 2, wenye tunaenda church saa 2 aende Sunday. Mchana.
Like you are working 6 days a week in this 24-hour economy.
You are working 6 days a week?
Yes. We work Monday to Saturday.
Who works 6 days a week?
Yeah, you used to work 6
people
days
work
a week.
Actually, it's a normal thing now.
So,
I agree.
You refresh. You have to refresh. If you want to go out at night, I must be there. You go. I must.
Okay.
Lakini si ati nenda kuhanga out na gas. Mimi nakwambia
lakini mimi kitu inanikasirisha ni unafanya nini kwa meza ya madem? What are you doing there? Tutasengenyaje na amani?
Pia wewe
kufanya nini?
Pia wewe unatakaje
kutoka kwa meza yetu group therapy?
Basi mimi sitaki kutokea.
Mbona wewe unataka?
Mimi sina shida kienda girls night out. Sina shida. But it should be something. It's not like a competition between me and her.
And nachukia the fact that most men think like that. We are not competing with you guys. We are just living our life equally. You guys live your lives and we don't.
No,
we are not copying anyone. We just want to be free. We want to be liberated. That's what feminism means to us. And that's why you don't like.
Come on.
So you guys, speaking of that. So, do you think you guys, men especially, I'm speaking to the men, do you think you guys face misunderstanding when expressing vulnerability? Yeah. Like sometimes when you tell people what you're going through.
Yeah.
But why?
Are misunderstood?
Yeah, we are very misunderstood. In such a manner like, let's say, as for Buni Mimi, the society. The way I was brought up. And I always tell you guys, na waulizaga swali, mtoto wa miaka 4 kakijana akianguka kichwa kwanza anaambia gwaje?
Baba pole.
Usilie.
I have told you several times
Baba?
of this. Paul,
sorry.
Okay, I was not brought up in this generation.
Exactly.
That's why
now
you're
that's
saying
even
in
not
this era,
Sasa,
it's
want
no
to
longer
check
a
like
man's
that.
word.
No. I want to talk from my own point of view. See the way we were brought up, Kevo will also support me. I was brought up knowing that for a man, there is nothing like
being
I'm sorry.
you're not vulnerable in any manner.
I'm
But now,
sorry to you, Bonnie,
kitu
but
moja
whoever did that to you, hiyo ilikuwa choice yake.
This will never change.
Yeah, that can never change. Because I want to ask one question.
Things have changed.
If a man can be vulnerable, nikuje nililie bibi yangu. Kesho kutwa, yeye atalilia nani?
Bwana yangu?
No.
You don't think your parents talk things through like wanaambiana mashida kujaribu kusolve?
As much as wanaambiana mashida, I'm pretty sure kuna kitu mzae hawezi mentionia mama. Kwende aje ama kwende aje.
Why?
That's
why I'm saying kuna vitu una believe that's something.
Do you know even there's some men have investments zenye hata wazazi hata bibi ajui nini.
That's being.
Do you know why?
Selfish.
That's being not even selfish. Hiyo ni kutokuwa inaitwaje? If you marry someone, may declare for better for worse for nini whatever it is.
Why are you hiding?
Why are you hiding things?
Matters?
Why are you not being
Let me tell you,
open? Why are you
most of the time ukiona vitu zinafichwa ama wewe mwanaume anashindwa hata kujiexpress, tunakoga tukiwa protect.
Unani protect from what? Jumenua shamba unani protect from nini?
What?
Alot.
What is this?
Nimenunua shamba saa hizi. Sawa. The cost ya hiyo shamba ni 2 million. Kesho kutwa we need 500 in urgency. Nikikwambia niko na shamba ninunua juzi utanipea idea ya tuuze hii tupate.
Yes, women are the people who stand their ground, making sure that the wealth is
let them shine.
In the
as much as they think they will get shambas and they'll not tell us, we will get shambas and we will not tell you. You will pay rent.
So unaona kuja tu ile point ndio.
You know,
niko compete. Nataka kufanya.
Kevo,
mbona unajua unafanya juu mimi nimefanya hata nikificha unaficha.
Kevo, it's
I'm just saying.
Moving on from that.
Wacha nimalizie kwanza. Acha nimalizie.
Sikukopi nafanya kile nataka naficha shamba yangu pia mimi.
Kevo, I heard of a story. Kulikuwa na apartment, a family ilikuwa inaishi. Na the apartment unfortunately ilikuwa ya dem. Na ilikuwa bwana ajui. And so ilikuwa mpaka hata wameshindwa wamestrain kulipa rent. Ika have to mambo ikafanyika wakafungiwa nyumba. There was that struggle
kwa apartment ya dem.
Ya dem. Na boy analipa rent na jini kwa kina. Do you know Kivu ukiwa na dem kwa nyumba unaweza lala njaa ukiona pesa na wewe utalala njaa.
Guy.
Ukweli wao alita.
Mimi kusema ukweli, usiponiwekea pesa za kukupikia, bro nakula kwa hotel narudi.
Umesikia kwa nini tunaficha mashamba?
So if I may ask, ushaikuwa kwa your position where you've been vulnerable and you felt misunderstood as a man just because you're a man?
Yeah. Maybe I don't remember clearly, but I've been to that situation.
Many times.
Many times.
Many times.
Yeah.
No, you just want to act victims.
Victims were.
But I can't remember.
There's
no incident. There's no incident. If you had, because me, I'd talk about it. You are just being a victim. There's no point you felt vulnerable because you want to tell yourself, I cannot be vulnerable. I cannot be vulnerable. Ndio mmejekea kwa akili yenu. Maybe there's no way I'll guess you're going through shit if you've not told me about it. So I'll treat you mercilessly just because I'm dealing with my issues and I have told you
mercilessly. Exactly. I told you what? Gaza, evil.
So on that note, evil. Okay, sometimes people misunderstood, yes. But do you think sometimes it's because maybe you're just anti-women? Or maybe they see you as a weak person?
You're addressing Kevo, but then one thing you should know, you as a woman can be masculine. Equally, you as a man can be feminine. So msianze hapa kusema I've seen feminist men. Not even like that. Like these characters, there are sometimes when you get to a point where you feel like leo pia mimi nataka kukua treated softly. Leo please massage me. They say like there are times where you want to feel like the weakling in relationship.
I want to ask a question.
And that's okay.
Kumasajiwa ni kumaanisha nini?
Si wewe.
Umesema lazima tu.
Unaona kawaida. Okay, yeah.
Kawaida mwanaume afai kumasajiwa.
Mwanaume anafaa amasajiwe. Ya feel hivyo vizuri. But ukaweza ambia watu, unajua mimi na masaji wangu hatuna na demu wangu. Ni weird. Lakini ukaweza sema dema na masaji yangu na boy ni sawa. So in short, that's a character. Wasichana ndio wanakuga na tushida kama
no.
Bembelezwa.
Find something else to tell us.
Wekwenda okay, kitambo it was only girls that were doing face care routines. Now men are doing that thing.
You know why?
And you're saying we are the copycat.
Wako happy wanaume.
You can't do a face whatever.
Nani?
Routines also. Una mafuta yako specific umebadilisha ati now this time unataka kutumia mafuta specific.
Mafuta ni ngapi? Ngapi? Unapaka kwa kila mahali.
No, it's okay.
Hata mlango ikianza kulia ngwe napaka.
We have been built like that. You have both your masculine and feminine energies in you. Just portray ndio unafaa kuziportray time ina make sense.
Yeah, for a man kama wewe ni mwanaume, not even at time. At all cost, be a man. Ikuwe asubuhi, ikuwe Sunday, ikuwe usiku, portray yourself as a man because your own dignity.
So wezi fua.
Boni with that.
Lakini boni kabla kuangusha hapa hivi.
Boni
ile demi yako?
With that said, as we wrap up, you guys, do you think we can strike a balance so that we can coexist as men and women?
No, that can never happen.
Like splitting the
That can never happen.
It can happen and it has already happened. And
you can't coexist. You can't do things that your wife
does.
The wife was supposed to do conventionally.
So I do them.
Yeah.
Like for example, umejipata tu kwa nyumba leo wewe uko job.
You nitafanya.
You take care of the kids, you cook. You make sure when your wife comes home, you serve her food. Ama she finds food.
I do.
Nitaifanya willingly. Isikuwa ati kuna schedule.
That's what I wanted to hear. Like as long as we can coexist without fighting, without saying that
these are roles for the men.
Without faulting each other.
I need to lose point. Roles ziko.
Lakini
nimesema
but you can strike a
balance. Like siwezi ona unaenda job mtu wako hapo hivyo ni mchafu and all those alafu ati nimemwacha ati mamake akuje.
No, you see it's no longer what?
So we win.
A man's world. We won.
It's no longer a man's world. I'm taking the responsibility of making sure that this world, those kids I brought to this world are comfortable. Si ati Mary umedictate ati unajua unasikia
umeosha mtoto umeosha vyombo
ati kevo ati
we can develop some sort of understanding now that kesho niko shift wewe uko shift ya usiku uko shift ya mchana
hapo ndio tricky iko.
You can work around something.
Hiyo inaweza kuwa manageable lakini sisi tunaniambia ati
but you see
kijana
like kitambo that was not something we could speak about.
No,
like now the fact that you can even think about it it's no longer
a man's
it's a man's world. Inza kwa nini?
Nakubali. Watu wetu wa
nakubali. Unajua it's a man's world kwa nini? Nakubali kufanya.
You no longer have the power you had.
Yeah.
We still have the power and we still have the blessing.
We don't nakubali kufanya willingly.
Yeah, the fact that you agree to it
means mmejump hiyo
hakuna kitu kama hiyo. Acha nikwambie kitu moja Anita.
Nini accept
kuendelea ati sijui ati wewe unaweza kaa chini mwambie Boni ati sasa kwa sababu wewe ndio mama ati utakuwa unapika wewe unaosha vyombo ati tunagawana 50-50.
Ati ndio unasema
okay not like that but you see mimi najaribu kusema ni cause kama mimi sijui kupika ugali poa sawa but my man amelelewa huko pale poa na anaweza nipikia ugali poa. Sasa mimi tu nipike stew, upike ugali daily. Me actually, I'm just saying the truth.
It's okay.
I've been
to learn.
Nitapika hiyo ugali wa wiki kuonyesha.
Basi siwezi shika kwa sababu sitaki kushika.
Unashika mimba. Unajifunza ngaje ndio?
You guys.
What is voluntary?
Okay, let's wrap it up now.
Huyu amesema ugali miaka 6
ati bado ninapika.
Ukweli lakini me have been in like situations like that where I know my man kazi yake tu ni ugali, mimi nitapika tu mboga na stew. Unless
ni mwanaume
he's just so nice. He's just so nice.
That's a sip.
That he's not a simp. He's nice. He understands that his woman cannot be struggling in the kitchen to create ugali. I'm struggling. Okay, unless what happens is shika. Iko ni
wewe mentality yako.
Anasema sishaki na usingoje nimalize baby, let them not control you. Nasema yani he cares, unless now if he feels like he doesn't want to help me cook today, then we don't eat ugali, we eat something else. Don't make me cook ugali and you know I can't cook.
Why should you not?
Because I don't know how to do it, and
I don't know
shule ukasoma.
Hiyo imenishinda. There's just that one.
Na wewe unasema hapa za hizi anabeba simiti 3. Alafu kwanza kupika ugali kadogo.
Sasa kubeba simiti na kupika ugali ni vitu mbili different. You guys have
sawa
baby, I love you.
Without
wanaume msikue mapiuni.
Stand your ground.
My take personally, it's okay to help out.
To help out.
Yeah.
Not to be. Unajua huyu amekuwa obligated the duty.
Hapana.
Atika hivi kemo kwa town unajua lazima kupika ugali.
So guys,
tunaweza kuharakisha
this conversation is
atiwa kwa jamu kwa stress sijapika ugali.
Yale kukalia hizo pale sana. Lakini kama nitafika kwa nyumba mbele yako, nipate uyuko. Na watu wao wamefika. Ndapika. Very fast. Ukikuja upate hata hiyo mboga nitapika. Lakini si tunajiekelea. There is one thing I can learn, the other thing I can't learn. Umelearn the art and skill of being an accountant. Kupika ugali itakushinda lini?
Na pia kuna siku unaweza kuja hata hujafika na niamue tu nikae. Ndio hiyo. Wewe utoke huko kazi ukuje upike. Na nimekaa ndio hiyo.
Haya.
Guy sio mimi.
Si wewe so utadu.
Kwa nini unakaa chini na mimi nimechoka? So nikikuja nikwambie nimechoka.
Sijafeel kupika.
Sawa, na mimi sifeel.
Wewe feel kupika.
Tutakula nje. Sasa na mimi nimekuja nimechoka, nikakwambia babe, please can we take food from whatever hotel today because siwezi pika, nimechoka. Si sawa, hiyo ni sawa. Watoto tu wakule chipo leo.
Kevo, wacha nikwambie na nilipewa wado
na mzee fulani.
Akaniambia hivi Kevo, nataka nikwambie na viewers wasikie. Kama mwanaume kwa hiyo umetoka, make sure umekula. Ukienda nyumbani, kujishibisha. Sawa? By all cost niliambiwa mwenye alinifunza ni vibaya sana mwanaume kupiga kelele kwa nyumba kusabia chakula. Wewe kula kidogo. Ukienda nyumbani ukiambiwa leo kuli. Dada kuja kupea heshima. Lakini unaona as much as unakula nje. As much as unakula nje, make sure umetengeneza space ya kukula kwako kwa nyumba. Siku yenye umepewa chakula, usijaribu kuchezea. Na niliambiwa hivi, there is only how many tests kwa hii maisha? Chakula ya bibi na mambo mengine ya pesa. Chakula ya bibi na my friend, bibi akipika useme ukuli. That is enough reason ya kumaliza.
You guys, okay. It has been a great show.
Yeah.
As much as we've disagreed.
We have agreed to this a man's world.
And with that,
we run the world.
Yeah, we run the world.
Ladies and sons of ladies, let's wrap it up. See you next time.
Adios.